My name is Michael Valla. I'm the Amphibian Conservation Specialist at Kroombit Wildlife Sanctuary for the Kroombit Tinkerfrog captive breeding program. After the 2019 and 2020 bushfires, the Australian government put some money out to support conservation projects around Australia for animals that were affected by bushfires. So we were able to contribute that to building a new facility to expand capacity on the captive breeding program for the Kroombit Tinkerfrog. It's been a long lead up. We've been working out of a shipping container for the last 10 years or so. This is one of the results of that funding. So it's an insulated panel facility. It's a big step up from a shipping container in terms of being able to maintain biosecurity, keeping things well insulated. The frogs like things quite cool. They're a montane species of frog that live in temperatures no warmer than about 22 degrees, hanging around in rock crevices between 400 and 800 metres in altitude. It's a lot cooler than what we're used to here on the Gold Coast. We're standing in the tadpole nursery at the moment. So we've actually got 3 of these little tadpole nursery bays set out so we can have some separation between the tanks and maintain biosecurity between the clutches of eggs, the groups of frogs, probably in the next few weeks. We've got another breeding room which consists of 12 breeding enclosures, and we've got some room to expand on that eventually. And then we've got our froglet nursery as well for rearing all the baby frogs that we're going to breed in captivity. To have this facility in its final stages and moving on from here, it's going to allow us to bring more frogs in from the wild and have a broader genetic diversity in our captive group, which is really important. Unfortunately, we can't let people in here to have a closer look at the frogs and tadpoles, but they can see the workings of the lab through some windows. There's also some great tours that happen based around conservation. There's lots of education opportunities in that respect too. We really want to move into having digital screens to interpret what's going on, having live stream camera footage from the frogs in their enclosures. They're very nocturnal, they're very cryptic, they spend most of their time hiding under rocks, so they're quite difficult to display in that sense. So it's a species that is literally on the brink of extinction. We're talking potentially 100 to 150 individuals left in the wild. The captive breeding aspect isn't a silver bullet for the species. It's just one component of the bigger picture of all the different conservation efforts that are coming together. The field work that occurs on the ground, the monitoring, looking after the habitat, the pest animal control, bushfire mitigation, and the captive breeding. With the work that we've done up until this point, we've managed to rear around about 150 captive bred Kroombit Tinkerfrogs. We're looking to release probably just under 80 of those in the new year, probably around February or March in 2023. So that's a pretty exciting step. It's also a little bit daunting. It's a trial. We're going to be monitoring the populations and how they may change over the next few years. Frogs are really important for quite a few reasons. They're quite important to us humans actually. They're insectivorous animals, so they keep insect numbers at bay, which is important for us. Frogs eat lots and lots of mosquitoes and ticks, and we all know what sort of harm that they can do in terms of being vectors for other nasty diseases. Frogs are also bioindicators. They're barometers for the state of our environment. Frogs are important for us learning about our own medicines as well. We've come across a lot of different medicines, medical breakthroughs from studying frogs. So it's important to protect any species, especially these ones that are so close to the brink of extinction. Saving the Kroombit Tinkerfrog, if we're able to do that, will help support its very delicate habitat, as small as it might have become. It's another important link in the chain of biodiversity up there at Kroombit Tops National Park. We've come a long way to get to this point, but in a sense, the real work's just starting to begin. We're probably going to be breeding these frogs and releasing them for many years to come, and it is an expensive venture. We will be looking for further funding to support us in that, looking after the frogs here and in contributing to a lot of the work that goes on in the field as well. The surveys, the eDNA surveys, the pathology testing, looking for chytrid. There's a lot of aspects to the conservation work that need ongoing funding, bringing that species back from the brink. of extinction.